Hello, thank you so much for stopping by. Today is another plant vlog, as if you have noticed, and this is for my Philodendron Gloriosum. I apologize, it's been almost a year that I've had this plant and I've never really done a plant vlog for this one. So as you can see, I really wanted to show how it doesn't look very perfect like Instagram pretty. And just in case anybody's wondering about their Gloriosum as well. So this has been an uphill battle with this plant with me. I've actually lost a few, I would say 2 leaves or a leaf or so since acquiring this. It's a slow growing plant and it is very sensitive to light from what I've noticed. Also, when I did get it, it was an import. So that could be a big difference with that. So from what I've noticed with this one, it is a philodendron, so it does always need some moisture in there, and I cannot, so this is the top of the soil. If this tends to be totally dry, like close to even 80%, this will start, this is what happened. It started, this is what underwatering looks like, is that the tips on the sides can start to dry out. And some plants are a little bit different than others. They will start on the sides, and that's what's going to happen. It's a slow growing plant, as I've mentioned. Let's see, I think this is the older leaf right here, the oldest leaf. And this is probably the one that is still here that came with the plant. This is a new leaf, and as you can see, it acclimated really well. You can't really, I don't know if you could see it in the camera very well, but it's velvety. It is so beautiful. And as you can see, this doesn't really have a ton of issues on it. Maybe a little watermark right here. Or no, this is sap, I'm sorry. So as much as possible, try to clean it up. But with this kind of leaf, it can hold on to a lot more dirt than you will anticipate. These are just stains now. I do try as much as possible to clean my plants if I need to, but a tip, make sure your house is clean, like you vacuum all the time and not dusty or dirty, because that does help with the plants. You okay? Yeah. So this is what she looks like, and this is a new leaf. I just saw this happening, I would say maybe less than a month ago. It's a slow growing plant. So this used to be, well, this is still in an east facing window, and it used to be behind my giant Ficus Tiniki number 2. And the reason for that is when I first got her, it was hard to acclimate her, and I was having issues on where to put her. Everywhere I put her, she was just not happy. So I put her there, and she seemed to be happy with that. She's about, I would say, a foot and a half away from an east-facing window and a huge obstruction, which is a Ficus Tiniki, which is so bushy. If you haven't seen my Ficus Tiniki yet, I would suggest you look for that. It's the number 2 one. That's my biggest Ficus Tiniki. And she seems happy there. So majority of her light is obstructed east-facing window, which is morning light for the northern hemisphere, northwestern hemisphere. And when it's cloudy or dark, I usually provide plant light, and I will provide where I got the plant light in the description section below, including what I do feed her every time I water her. So do check that out. I do not spritz this plant or have a humidifier for it, and she seems to be doing fine. This is the proof of that right here. As I've mentioned before, she took a beating when it came to acclimating into her new home. Just a huge beating. And this is the only one that survived. The other, I think she came in with, she was a total of 4 leaves, I think, and then the first one died right away due to transit, and I think the other 2 died. And that can happen when you import plants. Would I suggest importing? No, not unless you're an expert. And even if you're an expert, you will still have plants that will die. So if you're not up to the challenge of any heartache, I would suggest paying a little bit more, because the cost of paying it a little bit more from a local seller, like a US seller, that's the cost of them actually taking care of those plants, which is not cheap. You know, some of these sellers actually have like a humidity tent, a humidity closet, things like that, and those are not cheap, and like lights all the time. They have heavy duty equipment and bills to pay for that. So, yeah. That's why these plants that are usually imported a lot can be pricey due to that. And they're not cheap to begin with, even importing. They're not like only they're not only like $1 or anything. No. So, this is what she looks like, and she is so beautiful. I just really hope that she has finally fallen in love and have acclimated really well in her new home, because this was probably like when I saw a picture of this plant, or the Gloriosum, it was like love at first sight. Not kidding. I really wanted this plant so bad. I know, it's just plain green, and it's just, I mean, that one leaf is as big as my hand, bigger than my hand. And it's just that it's not variegated, but to me, she is just very beautiful. If you're interested, I believe Gloriosums are not very expensive. If you are interested and you can find it in a good deal, I would suggest you get that. If you're really, really good with philodendrons and plants to begin with. If you are a beginner, I hope you're really talented and skilled. But if you're not, like I'm not a beginner, but I still lost some leaves. Just be very careful and just watch the plant every day and see what the reaction is and what they might need. Okay? Thank you everyone for the love and support. Again, all my social media accounts, including where you can get the nutrients and equipment that I do provide for this particular plant, will be in the description section. Anything else, let me know in the comment section below. I always love hearing from you all the time. Thank you everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep smiling, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.